Okay, so today we are going to discuss load balancer.
Yes.
So, so basically, load balancer is used to distribute the load.
Mhm.
So let's suppose,
Are we continuing from the place where we left?
yeah, we are continuing from the same place where we have left.
Okay.
So let's suppose we have one web server.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is a single web server, all the traffic going to that.
Mm-hmm.
And over the period of time, traffic will be increased. Let's suppose today we have set up this web server and I have very few customer, around 100 customer I have only. But after 6 months, I have around 1 lakh or 10 lakh or 1 million customer. So what happened? Number of traffic increased towards this server and might be server not able to handle those traffic. Then what happen in that condition? Server maybe goes into hang state or halt, maybe reboot or restart or shut down. In that case, my web server is not accessible by the customer and it will be impact on my business. So I don't want to face such a kind of situation. So what is the solution for that? Solution is a Azure Load Balancer. Solution is Azure Load Balancer. In Azure Load Balancer, we will use more than one web server. We can use 2, 3, or 4, or 5 multiple web servers we use. So this is a web server 1, and this one is the web server 2. Both web server have the same website, same configuration, and then we will set up a load balancer. Load balancer have two interface. One is called backend. Backend interface connected to your
Sorry.
web servers. Yeah. Do you have any questions, Sabri?
Yeah, so web is so there will be two. Before that it was one web server. So now it will be two web servers with the
Yes,
balancer. Okay. Okay.
correct. You can use 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, depend on your requirement. Minimum 2. So load balancer have backend connected to your web server, and load balancer also have the front end. This is the front end. Front end connected to the interface from where traffic is receiving or coming. So let's suppose traffic is coming from internet. So that is connected to your front end. After then, all the business user, all the customer access my website through the load balancer only. So let's suppose these are the customers. These customer access public IP address of front end. And then load balancer forward the traffic either to web server 1 or web server 2. So let's suppose 100 traffic are reaching here, 100 traffic are reaching here. Then 50% traffic is sending to web server 1 and 50% traffic sending to web server 2. So entire traffic will be divided so that none of the server will be overloaded. And let's suppose due to any hardware or software failure, let's suppose one of the server fail, this server fail. Then what happen? All the traffic will divert to web server 2 only, and web server 2 deliver the service. So there are two benefits. One benefit is entire traffic divided so that none of the server will be overloaded. Another benefit is if one server down, then all the traffic served by the other server, right?
Then
So
that
this
will be
is the,
not over.
sorry,
That way, the if one is not working, the second one is working. So that will be
correct.
overload then.
Overload, yeah, might be overload, but it will, for the some time it is overload till the time you will fix your web server one.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
your business user able to access the website. Maybe it's a slow response, but still it is working.
Okay.
So load balancer have front end, back end, and also have the health probe. Health probe is the service of load balancer that check the health condition of your web server. Web server is running or not, that is checked by the health probe service. Azure Load Balancer also have the load balancing rule that is called LB rule, how the traffic will be transferred from front end to back end. So these are the component of your load balancer. Now we are going to set up the same lab. So we need two web server and we need one load balancer, and then after we will configure the traffic. So I am going to create a two VM and I am going to install the web service role and make a web server. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Well, Azure portal, create a virtual machine. Creating under the ACL digital RG, this resource group. VM name, I am giving the name web1. I am creating under the Stacia without availability. And I am not using trusted standard security. Operating system, I am using Windows Server 2022. I also using the spot discount. Give the username VM admin and password.
This is the same place where we created last time, right? One of
Correct,
the.
correct, correct. Same place where you create the VM. And I am also allow HTTP because I am going to create a web server. So traffic will be flow on port 80 HTTP. We'll select that also, that port. Then next disk. I am using standard HDD networking. Create a new network from here. Network name I am giving LB VNet. LB means load balancer. Load balancer VNet and range 10.0.0.0/16. So this is my network. Within that subnet is 10.0.0/24 and the public IP also assigned to this VM. Then review and create. Click on create. Okay, so VM is created. Now I am going to connect this VM. So this is the public IP address of virtual machine. Copy and take the remote desktop connection. Connect. More choice. Use different account. Give the username VM admin and then password. Click OK. Click yes. Okay, I am connected.
So server manager is the load balancer.
No, no, server manager is the feature of your
Servers.
Windows server. So
Okay.
this is a Windows server. Under that you have a server manager. So by default, when you start your server, server manager automatically
Okay.
start server manager from the start console also.
Okay.
It's still not ready. Click add role and feature under the server manager. Then click next, next, next. And here under the role, server role, you can see web server role, this one. So because I want to make it web server, so I need to install web server role. So select this role, add feature, then next, 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 and install. So it will start installation of web service role. Okay, so it's installation done.
Okay.
Once installation done, then after go to C drive. And under the C drive, you can find a folder inet pub. Under the inet pub www root, all your web server related files, HTML files should be placed here. So I'm creating one test file here, test document.
If I do it on my PC, so it will not be an issue, right?
Yeah, in your PC, you need to first install IIS service. Then after you can find a init folder and www root folder.
Okay.
This is web 1. So I'm just creating one test file. Go to the file, save as. Don't make the save. Save as. Give the file name. I am giving a.html. This is a HTML file. And save as type is all files. Save. Now I have one HTML file a.html. Now test this. Test this server. Copy the public IP. Open incognito windows. Give it here. Website is opening or not, just I am checking. See, my website is opening and I have also created one test file. So check that a.html, that is also opening. It means my web server and file both are working fine. Now I need another server that also serve the same website, right? So create a new server, web server 2, go to home, virtual machine, create resource group, same resource group, ACL digital RG. Server name I am giving web2 and no infrastructure. And this is also standard. Image Windows 2022, Windows 2022 Azure Edition. I am using spot discount. And this server I'm become slightly a little bit faster. So I'm selecting 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM. Username I am giving vmadmin. Password also select the web service HTTP port. Next, I'm selecting HDD networking. Same network LVVNet and review and create. Click on create. Okay, so it's a created. Now connect this VM, copy the public IP address, take the MSTSC, it means remote desktop connection. Move twice, use different account, VM admin, password.
Why we are working on the con- remote control?
Yeah, because we this server is created on a East Asia data center, right?
Okay.
And I am sitting in India. From India, I am connecting to the server. So it only connects through the remote connection.
Oh,
Add role in feature. Server is not ready. We'll wait for a couple of seconds. Click on add role in feature once again. Then next, next, next. Select web server root from here. Add features. Next, 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 next. Install.
so we tried to connect two web servers, right?
Yes, yes. First create a web server.
Yes. Then it was this one is the next one, right? To second one.
Correct, correct.
Because we are taking over the servers which were on the load balancer, and we are setting up the features in it, those web servers.
Yeah, correct.
Sorry, what are the features basically in this, like HTTP? Okay, what
See,
else? Like,
so basically, it is a like a web server means your HTTP servers like Google. This is a web server. Google.com is a web server.
yes,
How I can access through the HTTP, right?
yes,
So if you copy this URL,
yes.
it is HTTP, HTTPS www.google.com. So it
Yeah.
is a HTTP server, it means it is a web server. That's why I allow HTTP port 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similar way, if your company create a web server like google.com or amazon.in or yahoo.com, you need a multiple web server and all the web server connected through the load balancer.
Oh, yes.
If you use a single web server, then the server will be down, then you will not able to access and it will impact the business, right? That's
Yeah, and
why,
on how much the load, the company knows that like how much the load is, so that based upon that we decide if we need those licenses or no, right?
yeah, as per the load, you decide how many server you need. One server, two, three, four, five. Depend on the load, correct?
Mm-hmm. So when we are setting up these servers, we are setting up those servers on our company, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
within your for your company, yes,
Okay.
yes. So this installation done. Now same thing, you need to go to C drive. Under that, go to the inetpub folder, www root, and create a test file. This is web 2. Then file, save as, a.html, all files, save. Now check this to test that file. Copy this public IP address of web server 2. Go to incognito Windows and check it is working or not. So website is opening and a.html, that file is also opening. Perfect. Now I have two web server, web 1 and web 2. But I don't want to access both the server individually. I want to access through the load balancer. So need to create and configure a load balancer. In a search box, type the load balancer. Select the load balancer. And under the load balancing, you have application gateway, load balancer, content delivery. So I am looking for the load balancer. Azure Load Balancer enable you to application to highly available and scalable, and it will distribute your load. So create standard load balancer, create a standard load balancer, give the resource group name, same resource group you can use, give the load balancer name. This is a web service LB load balancer, web service LB, creating under the Statia region. I am creating a standard load balancer to distribute the traffic. And this is a public load balancer. Why? Because traffic is coming from internet. If the traffic is coming from your local company network, then it is a internal. If traffic is coming from internet, then it is a public. In my case, traffic is coming from internet. So I'm selecting here public load balancer, and regional within the same region is Asia. Next is the front end. What is the front end? If you look at my diagram, front end is this part. So front end connected to the internet. Front end have the public IP that is connected to internet. So here add a front end IP configuration. Give the name of your front end. So this is a LB front end, and select the public IP. Create a new public IP address. LB front end PIP public IP. Standard. No zone. Save. Save here. Next, backend. What is the backend? Backend connected to your web server. If you check the diagram, backend connected to your web server. Give the backend name, LV backend pool. Select the network and select the IP address based. This is your web server 1, 10.0.0.4, and this is the web server 2, 10.0.0.5. Then save it. Then next inbound rule, you need to define the rule how traffic will be moving from front end to back end. So add a load balancing rule, give the rule name. I am giving the rule name like LB rule. Front end IP, what is the front end? This is IP version 4. And this is my front end. This is my back end. Port is port 80 because HTTP work on port 80. Backend port is also port 80. Health probe that check the health condition of your web server. So create a new health probe.
I didn't understand anything now.
Health probe will check the health condition of
No,
both
no,
the web server.
that, before that, on this page, basically.
And protocol is HTTP for web service. So till here, is it clear for you, Sabri?
No, this page is not clear to me.
This page is not clear. So here we create a rule. So if you look at the diagram, traffic is basically coming from user to front end. So this is a port 80. Traffic is coming on port 80.
Mm-hmm.
After then, traffic moving from front end to back end, and that
Yes.
is also moving on port 80.
Okay.
So in this rule, we define what is my front end, what is my back end, and what
Mm-hmm.
is my port. So here you
Okay.
can see the rule name. Then this is my front end, LV front end. This is my back end, and the port is port 80, right?
Yes.
And also define the health probe.
Okay.
The
Do we
health
have to?
probe will check the health condition of your web server.
Okay. Okay.
So I have created a HTTP health like that name. And here you can define traffic HTTP
Yes.
on port 80. That's it.
Okay.
Then click on save here. Next, outbound. Outbound is how traffic will be going out from the load balancer. So in an outbound, you just define the outbound name. That is a LB outbound. Select your front end. This is my front end. Protocol, select all protocol. Backend pool select. This is your backend pool. And port selection, select here automatic. Use default. That's it. Then review plus create. Click on create.
So this is the whole process for the load balancer with the
Correct.
servers. Oh.
Yes.
So this will be the system admin will be doing it or the developers will be doing it.
Cloud admin. So
Cloud
if
it.
you are working as a cloud administrator,
Yeah.
and you closely work with the developer team. So your
Yeah.
developer team create a web server, then
Yes.
you need to set up the load balancer and configure it.
So this is AZ-104 basically.
Yes, yes, correct.
Yes, because I work with developers, and then I look at these things that they are totally different on the network side. Networking team works with the developers, right?
Right, right.
So this is networking plus the okay, fine, makes sense. Okay.
So this is your load balancer created. Now, if you go to the setting, you can see front end. It means load balancer public IP. So once you configure the load balancer, after then every users, every web's customer, they will access your website from load balancer public IP only. So you need to copy this public IP and check it now, able to access the web server or not. See, I am able to access the website. Even if you try, you can try also. Try now from your end. Are you able to access the website or not?
I'm working I'm listening on the phone, so it will be okay.
Okay, no problem. No problem. So I'm able to access this website. And if I'm administrator, let's suppose I'm a developer or administrator, I want to know traffic going to which server. I can check
Yeah.
it now. A.html.
Okay.
Traffic is going to web server 1, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
And now going to web server 2 also. So both the server 1 and 2 both serve this traffic. It will distribute once it goes to web server 1,
Yeah.
second time go to web server 2. And if
Okay.
I open another, like
Website.
I have, hmm, like Internet Edge, another browser, Microsoft Edge. So another browser. Here also I am able to access, and it is going to web 1, correct? So both that server serve the service for the traffic. And
Okay.
if any one server down, let's suppose I down the web server 1, then all the traffic will go to the web server.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right. So that is the purpose of your load balancer.
So one more
And
question. So
yeah.
let's say web server one is down right now. It is the
Hmm.
load is towards the web server two. So when I am checking as a developer that whether it is going to now the server A is down. So I have to check that what if it's fully down or it's taking some load, right? Then I
Yes,
can do
yes.
same process and can see like how much the traffic is going there.
Correct, correct. You can
Okay.
also use another monitoring service or monitoring tool to monitor the traffic, how much traffic going to web 1 or web 2. That
Mhm.
also you can do.
Okay.
Different monitoring tool you can use, right? And so this is your load balancer.